The Dentist is a 1996 thriller, horror, dark comedy.
Hey, you hear it all the time.
Starring Corbin Burnson.
Now I have to brush my teeth again.
And Ken Foree.
Say let's shoot, doggy.
With a special appearance by young Mark Ruffalo. The basic story is that our titular dentist seems to have it all, with a beautiful house, the beautiful wife, beautiful pink shirt. But when he witnesses something that throws him off the deep end, he turns into a real stinker. Or maybe just into more of a stinker, since he kind of sucks from the very beginning. Throughout the entire movie, you're being dragged along by the antagonist, so, that could be a hit or miss. But if you're like my friends and I who think the Fire Walk With Me Leland Palmer is both horrifying and pretty funny.
Oh, these hands are filthy. Look. There's dirt way under this fingernail.
Then it turns into quite the romp, watching this psychopath on his journey to clean the rot from the world.
The filth was everywhere.
For a while, I didn't want to watch this film because I thought it would just be teeth torture. Thank you, Scott. And although there is a healthy amount of that, it's just one aspect of the movie, and a lot of it is actually done through its sound design. Take a listen to this brief scene and you'll hear what I mean. I love the little tink that the tooth makes hitting the tray. And I don't know why, but it just makes me giggle, juxtaposed to the horror of the scene. And that's where a lot of the humor comes.
They're okay.
Even during this dramatic scene involving cops, the last cop waddling at the camera with the footstep Foley is just, I don't know, it's just funny to me. There's also the details of the office with all the different themed examination rooms, which reveals a little bit more about how this dentist thinks and just makes all the horrors that happen throughout the film just a bit more ridiculous in, I would say, a good way.
Operatory number 4. A Scala.
There's also some interesting camera work throughout the movie that hits home the state of mind of this guy. With this scene sticking out as what I thought was a creative way to shoot one of the more straightforward kills in the movie.
Piece of shit!
The only aspect of the movie that I found a bit frustrating was that it kind of shared a similar attitude as Michael Haneke's Funny Games, where at a certain point you just want someone to be able to do something about this antagonist, but no one seems to be able to, which could potentially be annoying. But unlike Funny Games, where I just so passionately hated the main antagonists, which, is kind of the point of it, the dentist is able to set the tone well enough in the beginning where the antagonist is just so over the top that it becomes kind of cartoony, so it's a little bit easier not to get too frustrated with what the movie does to some of the characters you end up rooting for. I will say, though, that there is a pretty good payoff for the last patient sequence that's been set up the entire movie.
I'm fine.
The Dentist was directed by Brian Yuzna and written by Dennis Powley and Stuart Gordon, who all three of them worked on the Stuart Gordon-directed films Reanimator and From Beyond. So it's cool to see them together working on something 10 years after their last collaboration.
Stuart.
Brian.
After so many years.
Here we are again.
Overall, I recommend watching this movie, preferably with some friends. There's a lot to giggle and squirm over.
And a registered owner of a 380 Walther PPK.
Regular James Bond.
A James Bond regular.
If there's a movie from my watch pile that you would like me to review sooner rather than later, let me know in the comments.